Hello, team. This is Heather with Pipeline Team San Diego, and I am recording a training for you guys for the accounting transactions that will now be going through EZLynx. As of now, everybody is using a transaction form. When they write new policies going forward, everything will be only through EZLynx, including the trust transactions that you receive from your clients. So there's going to be a few different trainings on different scenarios. The first one I'm going to cover today is premium into the trust with no broker fees. And in this situation, this would be you receive payment from your client, whether it be cash, check, or EFT credit card to our trust account. This is the only time that you will need to use these transactions. If you are paying directly to the carrier, which we prefer, you will not need to go through any of these steps. You'll just need to make sure that your policy is in the EZLynx system. So let's say that you are taking a payment from a client and you do deposit money into the trust at some form. It will need to be documented, and this is going to be the new process for that. So again, this is the training on premium into the trust account with no broker fees. Okay, so what you would do is go to your client's homepage, as we are on my page right now. I'm using this as an example. And what you would do is you'll see there's a new tab up there, and it's called Invoices. So go ahead and click on that Invoices tab. Once this opens up, you will go ahead and click on the Add Direct Bill Payment. Okay, this is what the screen looks like to submit the transaction. Again, this is where you are receiving money for premium into our trust account. So as you can see here, the payer would be the client's name at the top. The branch, it defaults to Pipeline Insurance or General Insurance Agency. And you have an option here for policy. There is a drop-down menu with policies you have for this client. If this is, you can go ahead and select that if this is the policy. Take note here, as you can see, there's not an asterisk by the policy number. So if you do not have the policy number at the time of taking payment, that is okay. It's not a required field. We'll just ask that you put that information, the type of policy and the carrier in the comments box at the end. The date here is the date that you received the money, or the day that it's going into the bank, so we can track this. So ideally, we would want that to be the same day. However, obviously things happen or weekends happen. We do, however, need this to be in the trust account within 48 hours of you receiving that payment. So the date that it goes into the trust account is the date that we need to have you put here, again, so we can track this payment in the trust account. The next step is to select the payment type. If the client used cash, you would click this cash button, check button, EFT or credit, you would use the EFT or credit button. Okay, so if it's a cash transaction, you would just put the amount received. You do not have to, you would just put comments in at that point. If it is a check, there is a required check number, so you want to put that in here. And again, this is for us to reference inside of the trust account, and we can verify the payment. Also, if it's a credit or EFT into the trust account, this is our trust account that comes right up here on default. So that is the account that it is going to be going into. Okay, the payment to Mercury Insurance, whatever the carrier is, you would have that here. So again, we know you can track the policy, make sure the right carrier is getting the payment. So total amount due to the carrier, let's go ahead and do an easy number. We'll say $100. And as you can see here, I'm using a credit EFT for my example. And out to the right here is a sweep account button, a click option here. So just to be very clear with what a sweep is, we've had some people that say it's a sweep and it's actually not. So we just want to make sure that we're very clear what a sweep is. A sweep would be when you deposit the money into our trust account, and the carrier will actually pull that money directly from our trust account to fund the premium for that policy. So it's the carrier actually sweeping money out of our account to fund the policy. Now, we do have situations where we do write a check to the carrier. So if that was the case, we would not click this sweep amount here. In the comments, we always want you to put your name, so that's going to be a requirement. So I would put Heather Williams. And in the case that this is a payment that we need to send a check, we want you to put check to carrier. Also in this comments box, as I discussed before, if you do not yet have a policy, you can write in here, you know, auto with Mercury, you know, and the effective date, just so we know what the policy is. We can always go back and add the policy later, but this comments box is there for notes, so we can know who is entering this direct bill payment entry into the system, and we want to know if this is a situation where we will need to actually distribute a check to the carrier on behalf of your client for their premium payment, or if that's not the case, they're sweeping our account, we do not need to put check to carrier. We would click that sweep account, and that would be the transaction. Here, that's all we have to do. It's much easier than the transaction form before. Again, we do want to, reiterate that we need that money that you're taking from your clients in the trust account within 48 hours of receipt. And the reason is if they're sweeping our account, we need to make sure the money is there to fund the policy. So this is something that we're going to be checking. This is going to streamline the whole process and make things a lot easier for us and you, and ultimately get you guys paid quicker. Then at the end, so this is what a completed direct bill payment form looks like. We would just hit save, and then that's all you have to do for the transaction. So this is our process. Thank you for the training today. I will have 2 others available. Again, this is for premium into the trust account with no broker fees. Thanks so much.